the case for O'Neal. He's got 45 points, and he's unleashed a barrage of three-pointers on him.
Yeah, and Clark, you can tell they're good right now when the ball leaves his hand. He has racked up a ton of points.
O'Neal, second half. Now let's go to Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup at the start of it, notching a triple-double for his effort in what was quite a display from him. Truly impressive numbers from him in a stellar performance. What a special night.
And thank you, Doris. It was a performance that has to have their upcoming opponents terrified.
Yeah, I think they'll be a little afraid. I mean, anybody who saw that game has to still be in awe of what he was able to do. Just absolutely dominant.
Oh, I tell you, he was in such a rhythm and on a roll. He could have won that game all by himself.
From outside, off the mark. Minnesota shooting has been terrific. 54% on the game. Knocked loose. O'Neal against Carter Williams. And the foul called on Freak. That is his first foul of the game. Now let's take a brief moment to see which teams were the best at shooting the ball from deep in the regular season. The Lakers, number one.
Boy, this team has an awful lot of confidence, Kevin, from behind the three-point line. I think in large measure because they have multiple three-point shooters. They don't have to rely on one or two guys. They've got a number of capable three-point shooters, and that gives you confidence as a team.
I love how he establishes his post position inside before he converts.
Just over a minute and a half played here in the third. Randall passes to O'Neal. Hibbert with the screen. Up off the screen.
Oh, wow.
It's a beautiful jam.
And how about the execution on that?
And that replay sponsored by Kia, the Kia Slam Cam, giving us a great look at that one.
What a smart pass by Carter Williams right there.
Hibbert with the screen. O'Neal with it. Now guarded by Towns. Here's Hibbert, and there's another one for the Lakers.
I like the recognition of the mismatch there, immediately making the defense pay.
Here's Carter Williams. Nice D from Russell.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats, that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
Three-pointers are killing them at this point, and they haven't been able to respond at the other end.
Yeah, and Greg, you know the only way that's going to turn around defensively is by stopping the outside shot, not getting into a shootout. They're not going to out-shoot out this team.
Stokes is checked in for Minnesota. That'll be Minnesota as it goes out of bounds. Timberwolves retain possession. And, of course, an appropriate comparison right here with the tremendous playoff performance we're seeing from this young man tonight. It definitely calls to mind the 63-point performance from the great Michael Jordan.
You know, and to compare the game he's having to that game in 1986 is saying something, because a lot of people think Michael Jordan's performance that night was the greatest game ever played. I mean, it would be hard to argue with that. Those 63 points game against a Celtics dynasty at the peak of its powers during their run to a third NBA title. And I remember after the game, Larry Bird said he's God disguised as Michael Jordan.
No coverage that time. Vaughn's got 5 points so far. Here's O'Neal. And again, Los Angeles with the triple.
That's two straight quick three-pointers they've allowed.
Defense just not reacting with enough aggressiveness.
Here's Carter Williams. O'Neal with the rebound. O'Neal's got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that board.
Very steady with their work on the interior. Really a well-rounded effort overall.
And the foul called on Freak. And Los Angeles with some changes. Mahinmi's checked in for Hibbert. The Lakers also making some changes. Arthur comes in for Mahinmi. And O'Neal subbed in for Williams. Minnesota also making some changes. Towns comes in for McGarry. And it's Jarnell Stokes in for Wiggins. On the court for Minnesota, Towns is out there with Jang. Then it's Patrick Beverly. Then there's Trevor Booker. And it's Stokes in at the 3, the small forward. To the paint. Here's Towns. Here's Dang, and he slams it one-handed.
Nice job clearing some space out under the boards and setting himself up there for the putback.
And not just any old putback, Clark, but a big, big foul.
You know, Kevin, you can't be pretty, though, with those second chance opportunities. I mean, just put it in the basket.
And that one's good. Beverly.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
It's just hard to believe that someone can perform at such a high level. They've got to thank him for this lead.
He dishes it to Towns. Goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. It's going to be on Freak.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
Miami's checked in for Los Angeles.